Welcome back to Newswatch. Central Washington University is in the process of hiring a new athletic director. Joining us today is the head of content development for Central's public affairs, Robert Lowery. He is also a member of the selection committee for the new AD. Thanks for joining us, Robert. So after 13 years under current athletic director Jack Bishop, what is the school looking for in a new AD?
Well, first of all, Sean, let me say thanks for allowing me to come on Newswatch today and talk a little bit about this process. The university is looking for somebody who can really build upon the successes that Jack has had over the last 13 years here. Central has really had a succession of good athletic directors going way back into the 1950s, and Jack is just the latest in a long line of successful ADs. We're looking for somebody who can, again, build on that success, both in terms of keeping the winning tradition of Central, but building relationships with the student body, with outside constituencies, raising some money to help support the program, and just continuing the success that we've had here at Central, again, for now 100 years of athletics.
So it's currently down to 5 candidates, and one of them is from Central, Gary Hyatt. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about him?
Well, Gary's been here for the last several years. He right now is the Associate Athletic Director for Compliance and Academics. That's a big job. Gary has to make sure athletes not only are not complying with their athletics, with their academics, staying on track academically, but make sure that the university is applying by all the rules that the NCAA has out there. It's a big job, and Gary does a good job of that.
So how much say do boosters have in this whole process, if any at all?
Well, there have been say from everybody. We had all 5 candidates who have come in and had the opportunity to meet with the student body who wanted to come to our campus forums, along with members of the faculty and staff. Downtown Ellensburg community also had the opportunity to weigh in, and the Booster Club has had the opportunity as well for meetings with each of these candidates. So there's been a vast amount of openness throughout this process, and we really were hoping for a lot of input from a lot of different areas, and I can say we got that, and I'm very happy about it.
So what goals are you looking for when you're interviewing these new candidates?
Well, the interview process, again, is over. We have had all of the other candidates, the other 4. Barbara Deering, who is Portland State University's Associate Athletic Director for Business and Finance. Tracy Paseggi, she is from Cal Poly Pomona. She is the Associate Athletic Director there. Greg Wagner from Western State Colorado University, where he's their Director of Athletics. And also the final candidate, Dennis Francois from Drake University. They've all come in. We've talked to them a little bit about their philosophy of athletics, about some of their fundraising experience, about how they build the student-athlete experience. And that is more than just wins and losses. It's what really makes, I think, Central special in a lot of ways, and the fact that the student-athlete here, there's a big focus on the student and making sure that they get a really well-rounded experience. We wanted to talk to them about those kind of issues.
Yeah, so how much during this whole process have these candidates been able to talk to the student athletes?
We have had community forums downtown, as I mentioned, and campus forums, and we have had students and student athletes appear at both of those, and they have been able to give us their feedback on each of the candidates throughout the process.
So maybe give the people that don't know too much about the role the AD has, what exactly does an AD do on a day-to-day basis? Well,
it's a really varied position. As you already mentioned, he will be working with the Booster Club here. The Wildcat Club, a very active booster organization for the Wildcats, not only in the fundraising area, but raising awareness of Central Washington University athletics around the state. He'll be in charge of a multi-million-dollar budget. He will also be asked to go out and do some fundraising on behalf of the university. He will do all the inside stuff that anybody has to do with the day-to-days of the job, looking at the budget, and it's a really big and all-encompassing position.
So you said you've finished your interviews. So what's next? The final decision?
Well, what's happened is in the last 24 hours, the committee, we reviewed all the feedback that we received from everybody who took part in the process, along with the feedback that each of us had on each candidate. We assembled it all together, and it's now been given to the Chief of Staff and to President Gaudino. They're going to review all of this information, and then a final decision will be made.
All right, great. Well, thanks for coming in, Robert.
Thank you very much, Sean.
So stay tuned to Newswatch in the coming weeks for the latest updates as the AD selection continues. Coming up in Newswatch, we get an inside look at the group of men who really know how to sing.